What's up, people? It's your main guy, Jonathan, a.k.a. the Millennial General, coming to you live from the House of Hit studio, powered by House of Fresh. Check this out, people. Imagine streaming music online and offline with high-fidelity sound quality. That means you'll be streaming studio master quality music in your headphones and through your Beats by Dre speakers, baby, all day. I'm talking about the highest of the high in quality. Imagine streaming exclusive concerts by Lil Wayne, Beyonce, Jay-Z, J. Cole, Nicki Minaj, and more right from the palm of your hand. Imagine streaming exclusive TV shows like Tales from the Great Mind of Irv Gotti. Movies exclusively produced by Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, DJ Mustard, Yo Gotti, Beyonce, and more. Imagine having access to exclusive music from the biggest stars before it hits the net. Remember All the Way Up? That was on Tidal first by Remy Ma and Fat Joe. Then it went everywhere, but it was on Tidal first. People, listen to me closely in my Jay-Z voice. You don't have to imagine anymore. The dream is now a reality. Tidal music streaming service offers matchless features and benefits for all users. Most importantly, especially for the millennials, and it's super easy to use. Tidal has human curated playlists created by some of the biggest stars in the game. Imagine streaming a playlist created by K. Michelle or J. Cole. Crazy. Tidal also has a super dope feature in Tidal Rising. Tidal Rising showcases independent artists from all over the world and their great talents. So Tidal's also giving back to the indie nation. Tidal speaks for itself. Go to www.tidal.com. That's www.tidal.com and join the revolution right now. Okay, back to our scheduled programming, people. Let's get it.
AT&T knows the best kind of holiday is the kind where everyone gets what they wished for. Make this holiday extra happy when you buy one, get one free on our most popular smartphones. Like the Samsung Galaxy S6. Buy one, get one free. So spread some cheer and capture every minute of it. Right now at AT&T, buy one, get one free on our most popular smartphones.
This is Jonathan with the $1 Million Mindset Talk Show, hosted on the Talk to Shayland radio circuit, powered, syndicated globally on the EAE digital radio network, over 30 licensed digital stations across 30 different markets. The $1 Million Mindset Talk Show is all about empowering, educating, and inspiring the next leader or the next generation of people. Our platform introduces and also interviews people that are disruptors of society, rebel changers, people that push the envelope, and people that have a passion that is so big that you got to jump on board. Jen from Brooklyn is no different. We're talking about somebody, when you say started from the bottom, now we here. We're talking about going from knowing her love in fashion, going to our prestigious schools like FIT, grinding it out as interns at some of the largest companies like Bad Boy Entertainment, Hot 97, paying dues, earning dues, showing respect, getting money, and never compromising her brand. As it stands today, she has so much going on from an entrepreneur aspect, from a business aspect, from a lifestyle aspect, and you're going to hear her on today's show talk about how she is pushing the culture forward, how she balances everything, her $1 million mindset, and why her journey is just beginning. People, this is Jen from Brooklyn on the $1 Million Mindset. Jen from Brooklyn, welcome to the podcast.
What's good? I love that intro. That's fantastic. I feel great. I feel like I'm a superwoman from what you just said. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, you know I had to give you that Diddy intro.
That's right. He did it justice. You did it justice. So Diddy would be proud.
All right, definitely let him know when you talk to him. Definitely. But the reason why I like to go in like that is because it's important for us to set the tone as to why you're here. And because there are millions of people that don't know how you're changing the world. And when I say changing the world, I don't mean like on a Gandhi level, but to me, every time you work toward making your community better, to me, you're changing the world because you're influencing people in a positive way. And that's why you're on the $1 Million Mindset podcast. And that's one of the main reasons why we wanted you here, Jen. I want to jump right into it. When you hear about people saying, oh, I was an intern, I started out, and now I'm here. I want to hear from you directly. What is the passion that fuels you? It could be fear, it could be anything, but what is pushing you? Because your grind is bananas from the aspect of you working 15, 16 hours a day, being able to sacrifice the weekends and the nights. I mean, talk a little bit about, what pushes you so hard to want to be in the entertainment business separate from the fashion world, so to speak. I mean, why do you do this at the level you do it? Because you're doing it major.
That's like, I try to ask myself that a lot too, because at times, you do get a little run down because, there's only so many things you can do at once and be in so many places at once. I tell myself all the time, I wish there was two of me because there's just so many things I want to do. But what really pushes me is the doubters, to tell you the truth. I know that sounds really cliche, but, a lot of people didn't think I'd make it this far, and also people, the neighborhood I grew up in as a kid, it's just, you don't think you are going to make it beyond where you live. So for me, it's about showing everyone that you can do better, that you can fulfill your dreams, that you can make it happen, and to prove to them that it's possible. That phrase, I'm possible, really means I'm possible. I go by that a lot because you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. If you can dream it, you can do it. I'm a true believer of that. So definitely the doubters, and also just wanting to make a difference in this world. I'm not here for the fame. I'm not here for a huge social media following. I'm really here to make some sort of an impact in the world. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's real. I want to leave my mark somehow in this industry or in whatever I do. I'm all about inspiring and just showing people that there is a way, there is an outlet, and it's just in this industry itself, interning and all that, from the jump out the gate, I knew what this was about because working from Bad Boy to Hot 97, you really get put to the test whether or not you're built for this industry. So I say this a lot to the kids when I talk to them on panels or when I bump into them or, when they email me and stuff. It's like, you gotta grind. A lot of people who want to intern, they're asked to get coffee, they're asked to, clean stuff, the things that they feel degrades them. But, that's what actually makes you better, believe it or not, because I used to have to do that stuff. And it molded me into a better person because it showed me how hungry I was to make it. And it also shows the people that you work for how hungry you made it too. They don't, myself too, we don't put you guys through this just for pleasure. You know what I mean? To see you go and be our personal slave or assistant or anything. It's really to show how much do you want this, that you're willing to do anything and everything for it. It's all about dedication. So that's what really drove me during my intern days and to this day to keep on going. If anyone that knows me knows that I'm as humble as they come. I'm an overachiever. I'll never be satisfied with anything. Honestly, I could win, an Emmy and I still wouldn't be satisfied. It's just my mentality because I'm always trying to find out what's bigger and better. What else can I do to just be different and be an originator? So that's what it is. I mean, as far as my drive and what keeps me going.
Well, even though your answer was cheesy, I felt like you did a great job of being humble in your statement. So I'm gonna ask you another question, and I think that we'll get the other answer because you did a great job of being honest, and I love your veracity. What time do you wake up in the morning?
It depends. Sometimes I'm up at 6. I mean, I may wake up at a regular time, but I don't get home till late time. So I might get up at 6. I might get up at 8, but my days won't end until about maybe 11 or midnight.
So let's just say it's 5 a.m. in the morning, right? Say 5 a.m. in the morning. And I'm a firm believer in this. And because to me, like a real leader practices or gets prepared when nobody else is there. There's no lights on, there's no nothing. When you wake up in the morning, let's just say it's 5 a.m. and just you in the house and you look in that mirror, you're in the bathroom about to start your day. I always tell people that there's voices that run through your mind every day, and there's voices in your head that tell you what you got to do, how you move. When you look in that mirror, from the time you were loving fashion to an intern to now, what do you see when you look in the mirror, 2016?
That's a good question.
Thanks, I appreciate
that. What do I see? I see a totally different person. I see growth. I see maturity. I see an adult. And I say that because I started out in this business when I was, 20 years old? I'm 30 now. So the transition from a young Jen then, who was just like, from the streets, just, fiery, loud, and not giving a crap about anything, and just trying to find her identity and trying to figure out what she wants to do in life. So this person who's become, I'd say, a woman who knows what she wants, who has her goals set, who has a tunnel vision, and finding her way and figure out her steps to get there. Now I have a plan. Back in the day, Jen didn't. Back in the day, Jen just kind of took whatever was thrown at her, did whatever she wanted, couldn't figure it out. But now I'm so happy I'm in a place where I know exactly where I want to be 5 years from now and what I'm trying to do. So I love the new Jen. I think she's more honest, more real. I'm just keep it really 100 with you. It's like back in the day, I didn't know who I was because it was kind of like I have to kind of adapt to this industry, and I felt I wasn't being my true self. So within the last 5 years or 6 years or so, I really started to own who I am and show everyone who the real Jen is. And now it's just the love I'm receiving from people it's incredible, because I know they love me for who I am deep down. So I really am. I'm happy with the new Jen. This is the real Jen everyone's seeing this day. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, this is who I am. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Absolutely. I appreciate that. This is Jen from Brooklyn, Hot 97's own clothing line owner, TV show creator. She getting an Oprah on. And listen, she's not just... I love Oprah. I want to be like Oprah one day. That's the goal. Or exactly. Like Ellen. Well, Oprah would probably want you to inspire the next Jen, for sure. Definitely. So, definitely you. And that's what you're doing. People, this is Jen from Brooklyn. Definitely Hot 97's own on the Talk to Shayland radio circuit, power syndicated globally on the EAE radio network. We are the biggest in the game. Jen, I want to talk about this for a minute. Sure. Throughout life, we have red lights, yellow lights, green lights. We have stop signs. We have potholes. We have things that distract us and things that deter us from achieving or continuing to run the race. Even though your career is still young and still growing, tell the audience about a moment when you had a major impasse in your life that was affecting where you wanted to go. Talk about the anxiety, talk about the stress, and talk about how you managed that situation and how you broke through. Tell us about it. There were so many moments. I can't. This industry. It's hard, man. It really is. This is one of the toughest industries to be in. It's really about survival of the fittest, for real. It's about whoever really makes it to the top in this industry is the ones who went through it all. I remember a time where it was a period of time. I can't remember a moment, but I was just I was broke. I wasn't making any money. I couldn't afford things. I was hungry. I couldn't do the normal things that I wanted to because I was struggling to make it in this industry, and, lacking sleep and not making these dollars. It's kind of like and then not seeing anything happen. There is a time, the struggling artist, I would say, it's a real talk. It's a true thing. It's a real thing. And to the people out there listening who get to that point, who's in that position right now, I keep on going back to this, but I preach it so much. Do not give up. I'm telling you, hard work truly pays off. I was that person who was willing to give up. I was ready to just let go and say, what am I doing? I'm making no money. No opportunities are opening for me. I'm working so hard. Why the hell isn't anything happening? you know, sometimes you get to that level, but you gotta fight through it and just know that someone is watching, and it takes time. Let me tell you something. No one wants to be an overnight success with that 15 minutes of fame, because that doesn't equate to longevity in this industry. You know, if you want longevity, you gotta go through these steps of just working hard and just waiting for your moment, because I'm telling you, that moment will come. So I remember there was just a few years where I was just ready to just give up on everything. And I'm glad I didn't, because had I did, I wouldn't be where I am today. So it was a dark time, a lot of tears, a lot of talks to God, a lot of, you know, soul searching. I was thinking about jumping into a completely new career. It was rough.
Let me ask you a quick question, Jen, and I don't mean to cut you off. You say you said that you were talking to God, and I'm not going to take a religious route, but in those moments, you know, when you talk to God, it's like you know His stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not like you just knock on His door every day. What were some of those? What was your mood like? How deep was your faith shaking at that particular point to make you want to go to that level? Like what were the things that pushed you to ask for, you know, like additional help from a higher place?
To be honest, you know, I've been a spiritual person, but I've become really spiritual within the last couple of years or so. It just, I don't know why, I felt like talking to Him was the only person I could turn to that really understood, that would listen, and potentially I hoped that He would help, you know, guide me and lead me in the right direction. I was just at a point where I didn't know what else there was to do but to talk to Him, and it helped. I mean, I always felt like I had a relationship with God, but at those times I really cemented my relationship with Him. I should go to church, which I don't, but I don't even forgive me for that.
It's all right.
He knows I love Him. He knows I love Him, and I talk to Him all the time. But he listened, and he sure did put his end of the bargain. So far, I'm still waiting for the other stuff, but I'm very blessed to have things unfold the way they have. But it was bad, and He was just my only person to go to, and I just felt better after talking to Him. I don't know why. I felt like there was someone there that was going to make a difference in my life, and the only person it would be God. I'm sorry to get all spiritual and deep on you guys, but
all right. Everybody's story is everybody's story. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the great thing about the power of belief. Is what you believe, because it's what you believe that dictates, you know, how you move and your sanity. And everybody has that, you know, it's whether they do or don't. It's whatever you believe in. And the reason why I asked that question, first of all, this is the $1 million mindset, and there are certain things that have gotten you this far. It wasn't just, you know, book smarts or, you know, this or that. You know, you have to, there are certain intangibles that come with being successful, period. You know, you have to.
That's right.
You know, there is a secret. Everybody has to have their own secret sauce or secret mojo to getting that done. And I always say that with people that are successful, they have their own little bit of ounces of craziness, ounces of unusualness, ounces of brilliance, ounces of a certain distinct swag. They always leave it how they leave it. I want to ask you this question, Jen from Brooklyn. No doubt.
That's right. Make sure you say that. Represent the borough.
Tell us about the turning point when you felt like, okay, I see that this plane is going in a different direction. I'm going in the right direction. Tell us when your coordinates changed during your flight and you saw the direction that you need to go. What was that moment like? Where were you? And, you know, like what was the transitional period that allowed you to say, I'm in this for the long haul. I can see it. You know, I can see something going forward.
I would say I started on this business when I was 21. I would say when I was about 20. It took this long, but when I'm 27, about 3 years ago, is when I was like, okay, maybe I'm meant for this. That's when I just launched my ladies first show on Hot 97, and I felt like I finally found a purpose. You know, at that point in time, it was about trying to see how to get out there, get my name out there, you know what I mean? And have people talk about me and reach out to me and stuff. But ladies first, it felt different, because now I'm not about just getting my name out. I'm about giving other people, women in general, women in particular, a platform to be heard as well, you know? So I think it's when I found a purpose through the show is when I think things started to change for me. And that's when, you know, being on air, Hot 97 finally happened for me, getting my own radio show. And then later on, my latest show getting, you know, chosen by YouTube to be represented for New York City in the women's program. Shameless plug, by the way.
That's all right. Go ahead and plug it.
Yeah, well, just to say, yeah, it's been a whirlwind when it comes to ladies first. Women's History Month was just in March, and I was fortunate to be chosen out of 10 shows around the world to represent the city I'm in, New York City, for Women's History Month with my show. I had Salt and Pepper on there. Shouts out to Salt and Pepper and to Salt, that's my girl, for making that happen. So, you know,
Shouts out to Salt. Shouts out to Salt and Pepper. Definitely got to get you on the show. Shameless plug.
See what I can do. But yeah, I think that's when things changed for me. That show has changed my life in more ways than one. And I'm very proud of it because it's my baby. I had to fight for it. You know, working in an industry where it's male dominated, especially Hot 97, it's male centric. I had to break down the doors and say, no, listen, we have to put this on for the women. It will work. There were a lot of doubters. Again, I go back to the doubters. They didn't think it was going to work. But I'm about 2 years, a year and a half in, going on 2 this year, and just things have been moving. So I'm very proud of that. That's when I knew things changed. When I found a purpose in life is when I saw things change.
Finding that purpose is such the foundation of your life, because once you do that, everything else is passion. I'm gonna say that again one more time. When you find your purpose, it is your foundation. Everything you build on top of that is just passion. Period.
Absolutely. That's when I realized that things weren't so about materialism, not even like it's materialistic, but just, you know, fame, fortune, all that shit. I don't know if I curse on this, but all that stuff. That's when I threw that out of my mind, is when things started really working out for me. So
Definitely.
Don't do this for the fame and fortune, you guys. Find a better reason to be involved in what you do or your career. Once you do, things will just fall in line.
Absolutely. Definitely want to kind of shift gears a little bit and talk about your entrepreneur spirit, swag, and just your straight American grit and hustle, because you get it. You hear me? I can hear that. Because I can hear that funk flex. You know how Flex be doing that. I can hear that in the background. Tell Flex you got to get me a shirt to just say, that's crazy. Let's talk about your clothing line. Let's talk about how your clothing line is a little bit different than just this or that. How, you know, why is this so personal for you, and why are people buying your clothes? Because your clothing line is very progressive. Talk about your clothing line a little bit. So
the clothing line launched, well, for those of you that don't know or don't know me, I started out in fashion school. So fashion was actually my first passion before I jumped into entertainment. I went to the prestigious FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City, for 2 years. But after 2 years, it was my second love, and I knew I had to shift gears and go to entertainment, and that's where things started from there. But I felt like I'm ready at this moment in time to merge both of those worlds, because I do love fashion too. I mean, it's in my blood without a doubt. So with the Jen Brooklyn line, it's something that I wanted to make sure I had put together, made sense at the time I released it, and people would understand. So the Jen Brooklyn line, Made in Brooklyn hoodies out. It's actually the barcode that says Made in Brooklyn, super dope. People think for some reason I swagger jack from them, but no. I've had this design for the last 3 years, but it took me 3 years to release it because money issues and all production, it was just a whole mess. But the Jen Brooklyn line is a reflection of me, my taste, what I'm into, what I'm about. So the clothing is not just going to be Brooklyn related. It's going to be a reflection of who I am as a person. So I'm very excited about it. It's definitely unisex, so men and women can wear it, and men and women have both bought the hoodies. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, it's a total reflection of who I am as a person. So it's just not geared to just my borough. Jen Brooklyn is Jen. When you're wearing Jen, that's who I am. So we just dropped, like I said, the Made in Brooklyn hoodies. I'm working on a second design now, which I'm really excited about.
Awesome. Expanding. I like that.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. I just got to get it in gear, but it should be dropping really soon in time for the summertime. So hopefully you guys will be rocking it.
Well, the great thing about the $1 Million Mindset Talk Show, Talk to Shay Lynn, EAE Radio and all our networks is that we work with about 1,500 consumers per month in the music industry because so we can do some great things because we have a lot of artists that's from Brooklyn that spin on our stations, and we could do cool promo stuff and sell these hoodies for you. Definitely, because I like the barcode. I've always been a big fan of barcode and everything. So I'll get with you about that because we can definitely move probably about 10 to 15 hoodies a month just off a small campaign and include it into what we got because we gonna rock with you. That's not a problem. Definitely.
I love this. I love it. Yes, let's do it. I'm with it.
We're gonna order 2 hoodies right now. We gonna put the money up. We gonna put the money up now. So I'm just letting you know official. I'm official. Patience gonna take care of it. She gonna get 2 hoodies. I got an artist that's from Brooklyn. Actually, he's a great artist. He's doing great things out there. Shout out to E-Rain. He's from Brooklyn. Actually his Instagram is Future New York. So
all right.
Yeah, you can check him out. But I'm gonna get him a hoodie. I think he's a medium, but I'm gonna send that to his management. I have Patience take care of that. Definitely. Well, listen, if you got a product that I personally think is hot, we're gonna get behind it. Period. Because that's what this network is about. Because if we can move 10 or 15 of your hoodies a month, then we could be moving potentially, $7,000 worth of product a year. So that's how I look at small contributions because you're included. Because we work with clothing companies right now like Pushers Collective. So Pushers Collective is in Canada. Shout out to all the guys out there. They 20,000 square foot facility. Everybody from 50 Cent, YG, Wu-Tang Clan, they all wear their stuff. They got a 20,000 square foot facility, huge. But Brooklyn, we could do some centralized for our artists in Brooklyn because we have a New York-based online station. So we're gonna do some good stuff. That's the reason why you're here, Jen. And here's the thing that I like about you. Let me just brag about you for like 120 seconds.
Okay. 2
minutes for those who count. The thing I like about the main thing that I like about you is that it's like a great running back. A great running back has vision. When they get the smallest bit of opportunity to run through the offensive line, they have to see the hole to make a break. Everything that you've done was you were giving a small window to get it done. And guess what? You got it done, and you continuously are getting it done. Your resiliency and your ability to execute is bigger than what you know. And I know you don't know because I can hear the honesty. You are a guru at small detail execution because that's why you're here. Period. Point blank. That's what I like about you. You take the opportunity of 1 ounce of lemonade and you turn it into a smoothie. Period. And that mixture, that formula, you do it on your own. It's like KFC, 11 herbs and spices. We don't know. We just know it's great. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mac sauce. People always talk about Mac sauce, Big Mac sauce.
What's in the Mac sauce, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
nobody
it's delicious.
But nobody can duplicate it. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm looking at, when I'm looking at the person from Brooklyn that's been hungry, probably homeless at some point, you probably went through. It's so many things in your life that you probably never even told people that happen that push you. And fear can either push you in one or two directions, up or down. Period.
That's right.
Forwards or backwards. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't stand neutral in fear because it won't let you. You got to quit or you got to grind. And that's what I see. And that's the thing I like about you. You take the smallest opportunity and you optimize it. And that's kudos to your leadership. People, this is Jen from Brooklyn on the $1 Million Mindset Talk Show, hosted on the Talk to Shayland radio circuit, powered, syndicated globally on the EAE radio network, over 30 licensed stations across 30 different markets. We are the biggest in the game. Today, our sponsor for this podcast is Pushers Collective Clothing. Need I say more? Pushers Starve is their tagline. Every celebrity you can think of has worn their clothing. Pushers Collective Clothing is not about you putting on a t-shirt. It's about you experiencing a brand, and it's also about you inspiring people when you walk down the street. Make no mistake about it. When they see the Pushers logo, when they see that type of architecture on your shirt, on your hoodie, on your specially designed long sleeve zip tee, you're gonna trust me. You stand out. Pushers Collective, PushErsCollective.com. Pushers Collective, Pushers Star people. Go there online, purchase your product. If you're in Canada, if you're in Windsor, 20,000 square foot store, print shop, tattoo shop, barber shop, all in one. Tell them the $1 Million Mindset Talk Show sent you with Jay Wright. Definitely. Boom. Pushers Collective. You see? Just like that. That's going to be right there for Made in Brooklyn. period.
Look at you out there reading these sponsors like a pro.
That's right.
Look at you. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Okay.
Yeah, hey, Pushers pays well, and we support their brand because they make dope clothing. You can't get it in Macy's. You got to get it from them. Just like you, Made in Brooklyn hoodie. We gonna kill it with this campaign. I already got dope ideas. I'm gonna tell you about offline. I want to get into this right here. I want to talk about this briefly, before we wrap it up. When you look at your life 360 degrees, panoramic view, and I just want you to be honest, if you were in front of a room full of investors that wanted to invest into the brand of Jen, and we have money on the table, when they asked you this particular question, they said, what is the biggest advantage, competitive advantage of investing into you, into your brand? How would you answer that question?
These are freaking good questions, by the way. This might have been the best interview I've had thus far. I just want to let you know that. You're doing a great job. I think my biggest advantage is being relatable. I am and a minority at that. And let me tell you something. Being an Asian woman in the industry, entertainment industry, is probably one of the hardest things you can do. We don't fit into every demographic. We're not, being asked to do certain things. So being an Asian woman in entertainment, you really have to be about something and be dope and be, like you said, a brand, and be something that people want to look at and aspire to be. So I feel like thus far, I've accomplished that for sure. I feel like I've come to a point where I am that girl who struggled from Brooklyn, grew up, born and raised here, hungry person trying to make it in this game, went through the in and out, this everyday struggle, the everyday life, to now making something out of herself. I think a lot of people don't see that. They overlook how people make it in this world, make it in the field that we're in. And I feel like my story has been publicized to the people who've been following my journey since I was 20. To see her make it, it's like, I get it all the time from my people around when they see me in the streets in like New York or Brooklyn. They're like, damn, our homegirl made it. So being that kid who didn't have any networks, who didn't know anyone in the industry, who had any plugs whatsoever to get to the point where I am now, I feel a lot of people can be inspired by that and love that and feel like they can do it. Like I said, I'm really big on inspiration. That's my biggest thing in the world. Like, you guys out there, you have no idea. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Oprah, Michael Jordan, President Obama, they were once us. They were once those kids with a dream trying to make it. And if they can do it, we can do it. So for me, to invest into Jen is to invest into being real, a true person, being relatable, not about the fluff, not about the glamour. I don't give two shits about how many people follow me on my social media. Like, that's not my radar as to what is dope and what's great and who I am as a person. It's about getting to the youth, getting to the people out there, making dreams happen, inspiring, and showing people that, things are possible. And I know a lot of people want to see more than that from me. They want to see this huge personality that's like a Wendy Williams, full of life. I am, but that's just not who Jen is. Jen is just honestly the girl, the homegirl from Brooklyn who made her dreams come true and trying to make it happen out here in the world. That's as real as I can be. And that's just who I am. That's why you don't see me posting crazy stuff on my socials. I'm all about showing my bodies. That's a big thing too, ladies out there. Please do not subject yourself to that if you don't need to. A lot of females out there, a lot of girls feel like they have to do that to be well known, to be popping. You don't need to do that. Your mind is what makes you powerful. So utilize that. Make your shit happen that way, the right way. And I feel like I've done a great job at that. So, I'm not perfect. No one is. My list is not clean, but I think I've done a great job of just hustling and grinding, showing people that you could go about it the right way, the classy way, the real way, and still connect with people at that level. Absolutely. And I'm always gonna be this person to the end. If I ever make it to the level I want to make it, if someone wants to see me, they'll be like, damn, that's still Jen. And so far, that's what they get. So it'll never change.
How do you face fear in 2016 now? Because you're a different person. You have different resources. You have more responsibilities. You have bigger haters. You have more to lose now. When you walk out that door and you going down, let's say Times Square, you're walking up to that Hot 97 building, which is, by the way, iconic and the heartbeat of hip hop and the heartbeat of music for the millennials, period, in my opinion. Shouts out to Hot 97, Flex on.
That's right.
Ebro, I'm with you. So, so when you talk about how you particularly face fear in 2016 with everything you had, because you got more luggage with you now. You know, you got more luggage you have to board the plane with. How do you face fear in 2016?
Fear is not even in my vocabulary anymore.
Talk that talk, Jen. Talk that talk.
And I say that with the utmost, it's just, fear was what the old Jen was. When you asked me that question about looking in the mirror from Jen to now, that was Jen years ago. The Jen now is fully equipped. The Jen now is experienced. I'm seasoned. I now have the tools to take on whatever's thrown at me. And I feel like that's another thing. I hate to go off on a tangent, but back in the day when I was in that mindset, that dark place of I'm never going to make it, why is it taking me so long? I know that God made me go through this journey for a reason, so I can get to this point right now where I have all the tools and the skills and the talent to be ready for anything that's thrown at me now. You know what I mean? So fear, there's no room for fear in this industry. You just got to believe. You just got to execute, and you just got to show them what you're made of. So you got to be fearless now, and that's where I am, and I'm ready for anything, everything, and I feel like I have the guns to kind of go into war and be this girl and be a force in this entertainment industry. So that's not even in my vocabulary anymore.
Woo. Nope. I'm telling you right now, 48 Laws of Power, No Fear by 50 Cent and Robert Greene. She's speaking that truth like she read it backwards. So listen, Jen, what have you enjoyed the most about being on the $1 Million Mindset talk show today?
Oh, the questions. Like I've never been asked these deep, thought-provoking questions before. It's been very generic, In the past, people have asked, who have you worked with, the biggest people you've interviewed, and da-da-da. But these questions have been really, really good. It made me really dig deep a little bit. And it really kind of opened my mind up a little as to where I am in life at this moment. Like I said, I'm so humble. It's ridiculous. People tell me all the time, Jen, you've accomplished a lot, but I'm still like, about it. But talking with you and having really to dig deep, it's really opened up. Like, damn, I've done a lot so far in my career, and I want to thank you for that. That's been really cool to sit and talk to you about it.
Well, when we looked at your, at your profile and we read some things about you, that's how we felt. So, when you make it to my show on Talk to Shayland, our show is based around people knowing you and hearing why you have $1 Million Mindset. I could care less about the biggest person. The biggest person wasn't starving with you in Brooklyn. The biggest person wasn't trying to make ramen noodles with you and drink, and drink knockoff Coke. So I could care less about who's the biggest person you interview. That's the worst question in the world to ask. But this show, this platform is like no other. The $1 Million Mindset show is like no other, because this is what the person who is aspiring to go down the path that you are on thinks about. So I feel like I ask those questions that way to be able to help inspire them, so they know it. So it's cool to be hungry, but it's also even cooler to understand how not to be hungry. And those are the things that you answered today. So I appreciate that. And we got a big collaborations coming up between us and you regarding your show, Ladies First, my show, $1 Million Mindset. I got some dope ideas I'm going to talk to you about, some ways we can collaborate and cross-promote your show, put your show definitely on our network as well, and just promote your Ladies First and vice versa. $1 Million Mindset, definitely, I see some big things just with you in general. I want to say this much about you as well, is the fact that when you leave this interview, when you go on with the rest of your night, I want you to understand that you have successfully affected people in a positive way. And I want you to know that, just based on your words and your testimony. So the power of speech is the most powerful thing in the world. Change people's lives, words. And we value your words here at Talk to Shayland, the AE Radio Network, and all our partners at New Hype Beast Media Group. And I want to thank you for taking out the time. How can people reach you on social media?
You can find me, and thank you so much for that. This has been sort of therapeutic for me too, for some odd reason. I feel like I got myself, just got myself out and talked to myself on a different light, because to be honest, I hate for some reason, talking about myself, it's just the weirdest thing in the world. Like, I don't do well with interviews, so I'm not saying I don't talk, but it's just hearing myself talk about what I've done. I don't like doing that. But you managed to do it, so good job. Good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
But you can find me at That's Jen Brooklyn on Twitter and Instagram at THATSJENBKLYN. My Snapchat is Jen Brooklyn, JENBKLYN. Ladies, also check out my website, WeLoveLadiesFirst.com. I have a team of about 6 women who write for the website. We all talk about different things, personal stories. It's real dope. Also, if you want to take a look into my personal life a little bit, my day in a day of Jen, go to 50shadesofj.tumblr.com. That's 50 with the number 5 in the beginning. So if you want to see what I'm doing, you can go there as well. Oh, also, wait, let me forget. I got mad shit to plug. I'm sorry. Don't forget to check out my Ladies First interviews. I have a ton coming out. You can always catch them on hot97.com, WeLoveLadiesFirst.com, and also my radio show on Hot 97. I'm on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so tune in if you can as well. If you're not in New York, you can listen on hot97.com or listen on iHeartRadio or on the Where Hip Hop Love app. So check it out, okay?
Guy, it's Where Hip Hop Lives or Where Hip Hop?
Where Hip Hop Lives app, yep.
Got it. Okay, definitely. Well, listen, people, this is Jen from Brooklyn on the Million Dollar Mindset Talk Show, hosted by your main stunner, Jonathan. And listen, we've been honored to have you on this podcast today. You have definitely set a certain tone for not only ladies, but just people aspiring to be the next great innovator. We enjoyed having you on the show. Have a great rest of your day. God bless.
Thank you so much for having me.
AT&T knows the best kind of holiday is the kind where everyone gets what they wished for. Make this holiday extra happy when you buy one, get one free on our most popular smartphones. Like the Samsung Galaxy S6. Buy one, get one free. So spread some cheer and capture every minute of it. Right now at AT&T, buy one, get one free on our most popular smartphones.